So it was brought to my attention by the wonderful Krista Robertson that Okapi is an amazing resource for both teachers teaching literacy, RTI coordinators, the general classroom teacher, but also for ELD teachers. So I wanted to go ahead and share ways to get the resources to your students in an easy fashion during distance learning. The first thing you're going to do is click on your folder in your bookmark bar for VUSD bookmarks and go to the gateway. Now, once the gateway comes up, you're going to go ahead and you're going to scroll to the bottom until you see Elementary Doc Locker. Click on the Elementary Doc Locker, and then you'll find a button that says Okapi. At the Okapi button, when you click there, you'll have some resources come up, but you need to pick on direct access to FSTL Digital. I'm going to click on that link. And really all this is a link to get you into Okapi's digital resources. So go ahead and click here and click on the link, and it will open up the Okapi portal. Now, at the Okapi portal, you have a number of resources that you can choose from. I am going to just be really quick about selecting a book, but do consider that you have lesson plans and you have different reading levels, guided reading levels, and things to be able to choose for your students based on their learning needs. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to choose Animal Babies, and I'm going to just click on that book. When I click on the book, you're going to notice that there are really amazing annotation tools in this bottom corner. That is one of the reasons why so many teachers love Okapi in a digital format, because not only can you as the classroom teacher do annotation on the book when you're leading a direct instruction lesson, but your students can be taught how to also mark up books virtually through using these digital tools. In order to do this, you're going to need a link to share this book out with your students. So you're going to click on Share Book. And what you're going to notice is it's going to say that a link has been copied, and it mentions an email. I'm going to go ahead and click that one more time so it's easy to see, but it says now open a new email. That's not what you're going to do. And I think that's what's misleading to so many teachers is they see the email piece and say, I'm not going to email this link to my students. Well, you are correct. You're not going to email a link to this book. What you're going to do is embed this into either Seesaw or into Google Classroom. I'm going to begin by going to Google Classroom, and I actually created a mock classroom so that I could create a link for Okapi. What I did was I went to classwork and I went to create. So I'm in my class, and actually let me step back. I will go ahead and step back to my classes so it's really obvious how to get in there if you're not familiar. I have an Okapi class. I click on my Okapi class. All work is sent out via classwork in this tab at the top. I click that, and I'm going to create an assignment. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click assignment, and I can title this anything I want to. So I might just call it Duck Book in Okapi. It doesn't matter what you're going to. Oh, actually, you know what? Let me be correct. It's called Animal Babies. So Animal Babies. And you can give instructions here if you want to, but the piece that you're going to do is click on this Add Paperclip and then click on Link. This is where your link gets pasted. So you can right click and click on Paste and add your link. And the neat thing about Google Classroom is that it will actually add a thumbnail of that book so the kids can see the book. If you were, say, maybe sending paired texts and it was two different texts you want the kids to look at, it would be available in a thumbnail for them to know which book maybe they're going to read first. This is how you get that book out to your students. And when they click here, just to show you what happens, they click on that link on their student side of the world and the book opens. And there's no extra pieces other than start clicking in the navigational tools on either side, and you can slide right through that book. And then the kids can even use the navigational tools here. It's nice. They can even zoom in if they needed to zoom in. They can zoom back out if they need to zoom back out. Some really great tools that you'd want to play with on the Okapi website. Now, that would be great if you're working in a world of Google Classroom, but what if you're working in the world of Seesaw? You still have this option. So go ahead now. I'm going to go into a Seesaw class. And the same thing is going to happen here. I'm going to click on the plus sign instead of the section in Google Classroom. Click on the plus sign. Now I can send it as an activity, but the easy way to send it here is to post to student work. So this is a sample class that I have. I'm going to click on post to work, student work, and I'm going to click on this big link. And when I click on that link, I'm going to again paste the link for Okapi here. Now the only thing I am not a fan of in Seesaw is that when Okapi is uploading this book, or I should say when Seesaw is uploading this book into Okapi, we don't actually get a thumbnail of the book. You do get a link. You're going to see that the link is way over in this corner, and I'm not a fan of that. So I like to go ahead and click on the three-dot menu and unlock this image. Now I can go ahead and make this a smaller box, move it up into the center of the page, and the link here becomes very obvious. I'm going to go ahead and hit the three dots again and lock it so my students can't move it. A workaround for you to make sure your students know what book this is if you were to go back to Animal Babies, you could screen capture the image of the book. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to quickly screen capture the image of this book. And then I'm going to go into Seesaw again, and I'm going to go and upload an image of this book. And the reason why I'm doing this is I want to make sure that my kids are aware of this book and they know what book we're looking for. So it's right there. I'm going to click open. And now I'm going to put that book in the very center here, that image, and I'm going to lock it down again so my kids can't mess with it and it's not going to get moved all over. But now they know which book they're going to open. And again, they click on that lovely little link right on the side. And just like in Google Classroom, the book is opening. And just like in Google Classroom's link taking you right into the Okapi world for a digital book, we're doing the exact same thing. So Okapi has amazing resources. Yes, you can annotate inside Okapi, but now you have the option to send these links out to your kids to get them into their virtual hands on their devices during distance learning. And you're not just leading the class through a Zoom and through sharing your screen, but you can also have them do follow-up activities afterwards, and they can continue their learning with the great digital resources through Okapi. As always, if you have any questions or concerns, do not hesitate to give me a quick email. It's CherylC@vacavilleUSD.org, and I am your newest digital education coordinator here to support the elementary aged kids. So I look forward to hearing from you, and I hope that this was an informative video.